Greetings, hello everyone. I'm Patrick,
And I am Padre.
and more cards have dropped from the latest wave yesterday. Or yeah, yesterday. Today's they dropped Friday.
Saturday. Yeah,
Today's Saturday. They dropped
today
Friday.
is Saturday.
So
Yes, today is the tomorrow we worried about yesterday.
exactly. Sorry for the late start. Because unfortunately we're having technical difficulties. So I rebooted and it now works. So without any further hesitation, let's get into these cards.
Dun dun.
That's right. So, as you can see, we have the Gauntlet Fighter, relatively large. That is the color scheme that was painted by Will on, I believe, Thursday. That's the actual original image well, not the original image, the original ship that they took a picture of. So that's actually how it's going to be painted. That's how it's going to come in the box. It's going to look absolutely amazing. I prefer that over over Will's color scheme, but I'm sure he loves his color scheme too.
Well, he's
Um,
allowed to. He painted it.
yeah, a lot of people are wondering if this is an epic ship. Uh,
Uh,
it is not. And
but it's right on the cusp, man.
I'm worried how it's going to be well balanced on the pegs, I mean. So it's a large base ship,
Understatement.
and it will be using the epic size peg, which is a good thing.
Yeah. At least they probably have learned from the VCX. You know, that sucker was known to take out a ship or two by just by falling over.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it does look from the photos like it's going to be very light. It might be very wide and tall, but it's very slim. Uh so I'm hoping A, that those wings are sturdy, and two, I hope that they aren't so sturdy that they cut a ship in half after I inevitably knock it over. Inevitably knock it over. But without further delay, 'cause I've definitely had a VCX take out a ship every now and then.
I like how you started out with A and then went to two.
Okay, that's a Home Alone joke. If you don't know that, that's
I
what buzzed.
remember.
Anyways, yeah, if you have to spell out the joke, it makes it even funnier, right? Okay,
Absolutely.
so I mean, not 100%, but it's got all of the factions on the front: Separatist, Republic, Rebel, Imperial, Scum. We're only going to get a sneak peek into Separatists, but this is going to be across multiple factions. You're going to be able to take this with multiple different pilots. Um, this one is the Death Watch Warrior. It's Initiative 2. It's got the front arc with a 3 attack, a rear arc 2 attack, 2 defense dice, and then 9 hull, 2 shields. So, I mean, that thing is going to be pretty beefy.
It's yeah, it's gonna be able to punch hard. It's gonna take a fair good amount of damage, sir.
Oh,
It's
yeah. I mean, so this thing can
got 11 kill points, dude.
yeah, it can shoot out the front, it can shoot out the back, and which is great because we do have a picture of the dial. Just to mention, it does have a white focus, a red reinforce, a white lock, and a red coordinate. It's very familiar to another shuttle,
But at least not a barrel roll.
and at least not a barrel roll or a boost. Thank goodness. All right, so this is the dial. What are you thinking, Robert?
I gotta admit, it doesn't really impress me. It has the basics: no K turns, no Talon rolls. Thank you. Uh, it seems like it's just gonna be moseying along. It's just gonna be like it's gonna be I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. It's going to shoot. It's going to fly past you, and then pop shots at you from the back. Similar to our favorite space cow, the Lambda shuttle.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar. It does have the zero stop. So you can make it do the flyby thing, or be like, "Hey, no, I'm going to stop right in front of you,"
Yeah,
and that's not a bad trick, even for the Death Watch Warrior, which is I2. So he's either going to move forward and maybe try to bump you, stop, get a shot on you, or fly past you, and then take some actions, maybe even coordinate.
yeah. Just remember one thing: you can
Mhm.
only take one of those. It is limited.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's got that little dot thingy next to its name.
Wow. Okay, so you may not be able to spam these things, or the pilots could be named or limited only. So for me, uh, I mean, when I take ships like this, I definitely don't want them of different initiative, which is going to make me want to take the same type of ship, but clearly they don't want me to.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's like with K wings. Do I want to fly this initiative, and then have this guy be flying last? No, I want to hit hard and pop.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to keep this moving before you short circuit because there is so much.
Yeah, thanks.
You're
Appreciate that.
welcome. But go ahead. The next card, which is,
Pre-Vizsla.
is it pre or pray?
I, who knows? God, nobody ever tells you how to pronounce these things unless you watch it on TV.
We should know these
Uh,
things, but we don't.
you know, uh, I forget what its initiative is off the top of my head.
It is three,
Uh,
sir. Three initiative.
and I do know that it does have two charges that regenerate on it.
Yep.
Its ability while you perform an attack, if the defender's initiative is equal or greater than yours, you can spend two charges to roll an extra die. Um, Not terribly bad, and since they regen, it's okay. So you could turn a three dice ship into a four and possibly a five dice out the front. That's on the level of a VCX, even a Fenrau. Uh, you will need to pay attention to the fine print, though. The defending ship's initiative definitely, I mean, it needs to be equal or greater. If it's lower, you're hosed.
Yeah,
So,
I tried even looking in to see how you could lower this thing's initiative with swarm tactics. The lowest initiative I could find for the Separatists was
oh
Gorgle
my
at
God.
I2 in the Nantex. That's not really any help there, and yeah, I
Why are,
tried.
Patrick, why are you always trying to break the stinking system?
It's called testing in production. It's standard for all us IT folk.
I'm not in IT, okay? So, this also isn't limited to the arc or primary. So,
Do you like? Do you think this thing's gonna have a torp or missile slot? Like make things that are a little bit bigger, or make things that are already, like the proton torpedo, even more with 5 dice.
oh man, I mean, look, do we really need a five dice proton torpedo or ion
Yeah.
missile
Y-
being the same as an ion torp?
yes.
And who would need a four die thread tracer?
Who wouldn't? That's the thing. Um, but there aren't many ships in the game that don't have torp and missile slots. But AMG is now known for removing upgrades on certain ships, pilots, and also not having upgrades on ships, even though we know in the lore that they do.
Yeah, but you know what? He has potential.
Yeah, he definitely has potential. So this is definitely something to keep an eye out for. I'm so going to look to see if it has one of those slots. But moving right along, mm, Bo-Katan, and I'm going to Kryze.
Kryze, I think,
I think it's
and
Kryze.
she's my second favorite hottie Mandalorian.
Oh, I know. So initiative 4, that's pretty mid tier. I like it. One
Yep.
charge counter that does regenerate, and the ability. Before a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 activates, you may spend one charge. If you do, that ship may gain one strain token or remove one non stress red or orange token.
Oh, uh, good on AMG with the non-stress note there.
Yeah, we don't need a ship that can just zero stop the whole game. How?
Uh,
Yeah,
that
we
though
already
that
have a
would be
U-wing that
kind of
does that.
yeah, yeah, though it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would. However, her ability is still very scary because we just talked about Queel in the last video that we did, removing orange tokens and how good that can be. But this is now a shared ability and it has more options.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, Queel is able to remove jam, tractor, or disarm tokens.
Yeah, so Bo-Katan can do that as well as Ion Deplete, Strain, and of course, lock tokens.
Ooh, that's really gonna piss some people off when they need to fire ammunition.
Yeah, so like There's so many
I
situations,
mean,
but
I'm going to use my lock. Oh,
yeah, no, you're not.
no, I'm not.
So to give you an example, let's say you have an ace that was just locked and you need to maintain their position, like they're in the perfect position, they're going to be able to flank and stuff like that. And you're like, "You know what? I'm going to two bank Bo-Katan closer to this ace, wait for my ace to activate because it is a higher initiative, and bam, strip that lock right off."
Yeah, that would just piss me off. Oh, wait, I use barrage rockets. I'm fine.
These damn K-wings. But that's the other thing. She can also save an ace from having to do an ion maneuver. So, judge?
Yeah. Okay, as the rules read, ion ships are not assigned dials, but we know the new rules state to set your dial secretly. It also helps if you have a trench coat, fedora, and you dart your eyes around the room as you set it. Like that, okay? So you set your dial, and during the activation phase, an ionized ship that did not have a dial assigned to it during the planning phase activates as follows. Now, this is important.
Yeah.
One, the ship skips its revealed dial step. So, right there, I read Bo Katan's card. I'm reading it right here. And it states before a ship activates,
Yeah.
meaning you can strip an ion token, use your secret dial, and go about your merry way.
Wow. So, like, I wanted to
Think
know if.
about it.
Yeah, I know. It's incredibly alarming because there's so many times to where a ship gets ionized, and this would happen to all ships that you could just remove it off a large base. You remove one, it's no longer ionized because it has two. And it would be able to do all the things because it's no longer ionized when it activates. But I wanted to know also any abilities that gave disarm tokens before the activation phase and found the intercept booster. You don't remember that one, that's the configuration that you can put on a tri-fighter. Now, it isn't really amazing, but you could take the disarm token off of your tri-fighter that it gets during the systems phase. So it lets you take a shot before your charges run out because it gets three charges. Every turn it comes off for the first three turns. You're basically going to be able to slam and lock. I know that will put the disarm right back on you, but it might make your opponent spend some extra time wondering if you're going to slam that turn because your tri-fighter will be able to fire that turn if you strip that disarm token. Uh, so it might make the tri-fighter a little bit more slippery those first few turns. Just something to think about.
Yeah, yeah. Look, we can go all day on her. She's very useful with a lot of ships.
I like listen. Now we need to head into the latest upgrades. I because we could spend all day on Bo-Katan and her craziness. Um, but these are not Gauntlet upgrades. These are from the Pride of the Mandalorian.
Let me start by saying these cards are game changing. Okay, they are game changing. We are looking at multi action ships that are going to be able, or pardon me, available across multiple factions, rebels, scum. I mean, eat gads, dude. That's just insane.
All right, so what's the first one up?
Clan training. It's an elite slot. It's Mandalorian only. It's one charge, but it's not regenerating. And before you engage, if you are not focused and there is an enemy ship in your front arc at range one, you may spend one charge to perform a red action.
Red
After you
focus, yeah.
perform an attack, if the defender is destroyed, recover one charge. Not a bad thing.
No.
Let's start with the obvious, dude. Fen Rao, Old T. These pilots are going to love the range one shot. They can perform a lock normally and take the focus when they shoot. And what isn't going to die from a fully modded five die attack from Fen Rao?
I know.
Okay,
um,
what's not?
large base ships with like 10 health, but even then,
Oh,
that's scary.
right, but TIE fighters, pop
Yeah.
goes the weasel, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's going to be
this has danger written all over it. Uh,
Uh, yeah, danger, danger, Will Robinson.
and so this is the other thing. This can keep an ace alive even after bumping because, and I made sure that I followed the card rules here. So let's say you're playing against a swarm. They send a ship out for you to bump. That ship's at range 0. You can't use this card against it. But then the swarm behind it comes in, and one of them just happens to be range 1 in your arc. Guess what? You get that red focus. You can use it for defense, or you know that you're busted. You're just going to launch an all offensive attack against the ship at range 1, and there you go. 5 dice with a focus. Not bad.
Yeah. We should also mention another pilot that was determined to be Mandalorian.
Boba Fett, maybe?
Oh,
Well, in the PDFs, he's labeled as a bounty hunter, so he couldn't take this.
well, thanks to Chris Binky Need, he noticed an odd typo. His keyword now reads hunter, comma. It looks like there was supposed to be something after the comma, but it gets cut off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, wow. He could possibly be Mandalorian and get all of these upgrades. We'll just have to wait to see if they also take away Boba's elite slot like they did everything else on him.
It is going to be a wait and see till February since that is the release date. And we will see what changes make it to the points sheet.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to pay attention to see who all of a sudden is Mandalorian or, gets it taken away from them. All right. Ooh,
What's the next one?
Mandalorian optics. To start, it is.
I like this one.
Everyone likes this one. So basically, it is a modification and it has 2 charges. They don't regenerate. Ability is during the system's phase, you may spend 1 charge to acquire a lock on an object in your front arc. So no range, just has to be in your arc. While you perform a primary attack, if you have a lock on the defender, ignore obstacles beyond range 0 obstructing the attack. Okay. So a lot to unpack here, and Padre hates list building,
You know me too well.
but holy bantha poodoo. Uh, no, this is going to make Old Tarok a monster
Oh, yeah.
because he
Yeah.
can lock in the system's phase, move, reposition if needed, and if you have clan training, you now have full mods at range 1, and you remove all of their green tokens as well. Yeah. Yeah, your silence is perfect. The Vizsla would get a lock focus with 5 red dice at range 1, or the Gauntlet could just lock and 0 stop, and you get a free shot with munitions if it takes it. Yeah.
Okay. Deep breath. Deep breath, Padre. Deep breath. I know how excited you get when list building,
Yeah.
but you are right. Okay. These combinations of cards are going to be not only painful, but painfully deadly.
Yeah.
And of course, the Fang Fighters, they get free evade at range 1 while both arcs face each other, and it isn't limited to the ship size or faction. So, yeah, let's wait and see to find out who becomes a Mandalorian in February.
Oh, well, let's see who's a Mandalorian already now. We have Shuttle Sabine and Fen,
Oh,
the Rebels,
Sabine
Shadowcaster Ketsu and Sabine, the Fang
and
Fighters
Sabine.
and Sabine in the A-Wing, Django Fett and Sabine in the TIE
Sab-
Fighter.
so Sabine, you say?
Sabine,
I get it though. Sabine, even in a TIE fighter, locking, barrel rolling, and then taking her focus. Yeah, there's lots of options.
now I don't want to move to the next card. I could keep talking about this one. I'm too scared to see the next one.
Yeah, well, here it goes anyways, dude. I love this. Beskar reinforced plating. That's gonna that's gonna have to be expensive, man. Uh, it's a modification, comes with 2 charges. Its ability is while you defend, if the attacker is in your arc, before you would be dealt a face up damage card, you may spend 1 charge to have that card face down instead. Or This is where it gets good. Spend 2 charges and discard the card. Okay, so this is like, dude, this is CO2 tanks
Yeah.
from like tanks, World of Tanks. All right, you slap this baby on some Fang fighters, joust with your clan trading, and make sure you get to range 1. You get nice and close, so that you get your free evade, free focus, and negate any damage that happens to get through.
Yeah. It's deep
Yeah, who's
breath.
taking the deep breath
I'm not
now,
taking a
right?
deep breath. I won't
Okay.
go into all the things. I won't. I swear.
Yeah, thank you for sparing us.
Oh man, jeez. Fangs are already amazing at the joust.
Yeah.
And current costs mean you won't be able to spam the I4 with Beskar and the clan trading if they're priced correctly. I know people are already saying, no, you won't be able to fit all the wait for the points. I don't put too much faith in that. Um I'm thinking they'll be probably about 4 points each, since Beskar compares to Impervium Plating, which is 4 points. Same for the clan training and other abilities that allow you to focus or calculate at other phases. What I will note is this ship is coming out for 2 factions, and we'll have other pilots. So right now, the sky is the limit till we get some points. Uh, I don't want them to low cost this, and then all of a sudden I'm just facing 4 Fang Rebels versus 4 Fang Scum. It's a hairy situation, and I hope they limit the prices accordingly.
I agree wholeheartedly. Okay. Now, thank you, everybody, for coming to Patrick's TED Talk. Let's see the last card.
All right.
This is good. Mandalorian Royal Guard. It's limited to 2 pilots, scum only. I don't know the initiative, but it's going to be
Four.
something.
4 initiative.
4. 4? That's too
Yes,
much.
that's
No.
high.
Uh, and and we're going to look at the stats. So here we go. Ability.
Oh, I moved you. Hold on. I got to correct you. There
What
we
do you
go.
mean?
Oh, no, keep going. You're doing great.
Okay. Yeah. While a friendly non-small ship defense. Okay. When a friendly non-small ship, so that's going to be medium or large. If you are in the attack arc, you may gain 1 deplete and 1 strain token. If you do, the defender may change 1 result to an evade result. So more damage negation on an I4.
Yep.
Thank goodness you can't use this on another small ship, but it can keep a larger ship alive just a little bit longer. You have to sacrifice yourself in the process because let's face it, a Fang fighter with a deplete and strain is not going to fare very well.
No, so this will be needed to be used properly with other ships. Hopefully at I4 or you'll already have attacked with that Fang fighter, and you're also not the primary target. Then you could assist another large ship with its defense, and a blue maneuver is just going to wipe out those tokens anyways.
Right. Now, obviously, they are there to escort a larger ship, and we even get a picture of a much larger ship in the photo. It's the Cornet yacht,
Mm?
a Mandalorian luxury cruise ship. Funny, I don't see the Mandalorians going on luxury cruise ships, but now AMG has a habit of releasing ships that appear in photos, but let's hold out on this one. It's a yacht, and this is Star Wars, so I'm not exactly sure how combative it is, and it would take up the table, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
huge.
just well, it's a cruise ship. It's like the Love Boat. Come on.
Yeah, I'd get dressed up in a tuxedo and field this thing.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
Love Boat.
yeah, I think it's more of the lore of the Rebel Guard. It's a protectorate. It's that's why that ship is in there. Plus, it's I guess fan service to the show, because it was the main ship for one of the queens, not queens, one of the politicians. But yeah, I don't expect it to make it into X-wing. Maybe Armada, but not X-wing. If it's not an Armada already.
Well, and let's face it, nobody's done anything for Armada in a long time anyhow.
God, hearts out, Armada. So That is a lot to digest here. We hope that we gave you some good spoilers today. More are on the way. There's going to be more next Wednesday that they're going to drop, and we'll keep feeding you guys more as much as we can.
Yeah,
Get all your
remember this is
information.
AMG.
Yeah, we're trying to give you all the information in one spot instead of having to go to like 6 different spots. So hopefully we're doing that for you guys.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Robert.
So that's it for today. We hope you have enjoyed the stream. I want to remind everyone to check out recontokens.com for all of your tokens and your custom token needs. We're currently running a Christmas sale right now to make sure that orders get out by December 15th. So, the last day you can order is basically the 15th to get just regular shipping. We can guarantee that it'll get there by Christmas and you can get that gift for yourself or
Or
somebody else,
or for
you
me,
know.
or for Robert.
But
You know,
yeah, yeah,
we take our
we'll
own,
we'll, we'll make we'll make sure our
we buy our own
addresses
tokens
are out
anyways.
there.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, actually we do.
Also, check us out on Facebook. You can check us out in RexSpec, X-Wing Miniatures, and Recon Specialist TV. Check us out at Recon Specialist TV on Instagram, where we post leaks, articles, and other projects we're working on, because we're about to be painting some tanks here from World of Tanks. And we'll be posting pictures once we're done on the Instagram and the Facebook pages. If you'd like to listen to our podcast, where we talk mostly casual X-Wing, go ahead and hit us up on Recon Specialist TV. We're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. If you want to support the channel, you can type in Patreon, or you can click the link below if you're watching on YouTube and go over to our Patreon channel, to where we put up other audio files and information, and also we send out quarterly gifts and Christmas gifts, which we just sent out. Thank you, Robert, by the way, for doing that. took him a
It's
while, but
my
he got it out.
it's my pleasure. It really is. I love sending
Exactly.
out the Christmas gifts, man.
All right, and we're currently in Discord, Robert and I, so you can always listen in live, or you can drop us in there, or not drop us in there, drop in there yourself and talk to us. We're about to switch over to another channel to where other people are going to be able to talk while we're streaming, because we're going to be giving painting tips, because Robert's going to teach me how to paint a tank. All right, everyone, thank you. Stick around on stream, but for those on YouTube, you'll have to click on the next episode, and reminding you to play casual.
See ya.
Later. All right, see now.